I don't know about you, but I'm always in the mood of saving money. And I'll be right back. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, this is Jen. Welcome to another episode of my channel, the Save Money More with Jen channel. How you doing today? As always, hope that everybody's doing well. I'm going to jump right into it. These are random mixed bag of tips and tricks, and they're all money keepers. Now that the weather is nice and chilly for the most part for many people, all right, this is a great opportunity to stock up and make, and like I always say, manufacture at home by making big pots of soups and stews. Those are like water or sauce-based meals. Those have stretching power, and then you can fill them in with root vegetables, which are always less costly, and get your favorite protein and really, really stretch out the soup. Rice, noodles, or beans or peas are great fillers with these soups. And then you can portion them out and freeze them up. I'm just saying. Next, now if you want an easier version without all the slicing and dicing, here's another trick. You could buy a can of that little bit of a better quality, ready to eat style soup. Okay, it's not a condensed soup. It's a can, let's say they sell that Italian wedding soup, for example. You could heat that up, but you know what you do? Double the size of that by taking that can, and doubling it with a can of water and a small 8-ounce can of tomato paste, and then throw in a handful of pasta, Parmesan cheese, and some Italian seasoning. You just double the volume of the soup. You didn't have to buy all that many ingredients. So if you have already rice on hand or pasta on hand and just want to throw in some more beans or something to that effect, a little bit of that canned tomato sauce, one can of water. You may wish to throw in either a chicken or a beef bouillon for a little more savory flavor, which is wonderful. You just literally doubled that already pre-done up soup in a jiff, and you could get everything done real fast and still at a fraction of the cost. So consider that. Next, every time you make any sort of meat or chicken or any sort of protein, if you could find a way to cut off and keep some of that left over in a container as you go along throughout the month. As you go along throughout the month, you might have a little bit of a cooked beef container, a little bit of a cooked chicken container, a little bit of a cooked pork container. You see where I'm going with this. This is wonderful to store for future slicing, dicing, and stir frying, or again for a soup base. I'm just saying, or added to some sort of an omelet. You're looking ahead, looking ahead, looking ahead. You'll never be behind with food. You'll never have a hungry night if you plan a little bit ahead of time. I really, really mean this. Next, stuff a bell pepper or a few with rice, tomato sauce, and ground beef or ground turkey. Oh, that is so delicious. Then you just oven it up, bake it up for a while. You got yourself a really easy peasy, very, very filling meal. Very, very filling meal. You know what I saw someone do? They took a bell pepper, and instead of buying 4 bell peppers because their budget was really tight, what they did was slice the bell pepper by taking a knife and going across. You'll have bell pepper circles intact. And what that person did was put that on like their baking sheet and added the rice and the chopped meat and stuff like that on that in the circles. Then, of course, after it was baked, carefully picked it up with a spatula and, plated up. What a way to stretch bell pepper, like doing it that way instead of having to buy 4 bell peppers if your money is extremely, extremely tight. I said, let me remember that trick and pass it along to you. Really, really, really good trick. And before I forget, I saw another trick on another video. This person was making for Thanksgiving a cranberry sauce orange relish. It was the easiest thing I ever saw. She took canned cranberry sauce, right? She softened it up a little bit and cut it up, not too small, not much up, but in little smaller pieces. She added to it a drained small can of my favorite mandarin oranges. Oh my word. So she added that and she put some chopped what you call it, pecan, chopped pecan on the top of that. Amazing. That is no choice but to be delicious. I didn't make it, but I could already tell that would be totally amazing. Just saying. All right, the next trick. If you could learn how to eat a little bit less of bread. So instead of 4 slices of bread a day, maybe knock it down to 3. It's less carbs, you're saving money, you're slowing down your rate of usage. Anytime there's a situation where you're slowing down the rate of usage of anything, obviously you just reduce the price that you paid for it in the first place. That's the truth. So instead of having 4 slices of bread a day, maybe learn how to go to 2 or 3. Find something else that would fill you up. I'm not saying stay hungry. By all means, do not do that. Do not go hungry. Next, keep an eye on coffee prices and pay attention for those people that enjoy spending $6 a cup of coffee. One day, maybe in a not so distant future, that $6 cup of coffee, which is insane in the first place, might easily go to $7. I'll stick to my 25 cents a cup of Joe and have as much as I want. But I usually only have about 2 a day, only because of personal choice. All right. Next, here's a good one. If you enjoy orange juice, right? Here's a way to literally double your orange juice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. In a separate container, you're going to make your own homemade lemonade with the juice of 1 lemon and a little bit of sugar to taste. Fill that up with the matching amount of fluid that you have for your orange juice. If you have 32 ounces, well, fill it up. Add it to that. Make sure that the flavors match well. Orange and lemon, man, that is so good. Put it together, you have an orange lemon juice thing, and you just double the volume of orange juice. Orange juice is expensive. A lemonade is delicious. Homemade, make it so fast, and you could just literally double it up. Very, very good to do that. Next, use baby carrots in your recipes. They're so easy to work with. They're already cleaned up. They're so cute. You can just toss them in your soups and stews, especially in those dump and go type recipes in your crock pot. I mean, it doesn't get easier than that. And they're so delicious. I find baby carrots taste really, really better than the regular carrots, but that's maybe my personal taste. But it is convenient, and oftentimes baby carrots go on sale. So, make a note of that. Next, on a night when you really don't feel like cooking, in the morning time, make a big garden salad. Put all the components together. Do not put the dressing on it unless you like it that way. Put the dressing on last, but put all the slicing and dicing and wrap up your salad. Put it in the fridge. It's already done. You could take a little can of your favorite condensed soup, like vegetable, and have, let's say, a small mug of soup. So the salad is the star of the show. The soup is the lesser part of the show. And maybe you might want 1 slice of toast or just eat a banana or a corn muffin or something. You got yourself a great, easy meal. No fuss, no muss, no ordering in, no jumping in the car. And it's a lot of a healthier choice, in my honest opinion. And if you happen to have crusty bread, you may want to do a slice of crusty bread or a dinner roll instead of a biscuit. Choices are yours, and they're endless too. Next, add a slice of fruit to regular water. Okay, let it sit in a pitcher all day long in the fridge. Yum, yum. Let it absorb the flavors of the fruit, and you got yourself a cheap beverage right there. You may have some, let's say, strawberries that are getting too ripe. Okay, don't toss them. Maybe just throw them in the water. Let it sit there for a few hours. You got yourself some strawberry water for free, or orange slices, or lemon slices. Don't run out and spend so much money on the sodas and the sugary drinks and that route. Not only are you saving money, but it's a better health option, in my opinion. Next, throw a couple of chicken breasts, add cream of chicken soup, or a box of stuffing mix for an easy meal when you are on the go. You're on the go all day long, whatever, like at least buy yourself a few hours, put it on low, and you just, do all the running around you want. Come back, there's your meal. Hello. I mean, who wouldn't want that, especially on a cold, chilly night? Because now it's starting to really start to get cold. Yesterday I woke up, it was like 32 degrees. Today, a little warmer. It's about 34 or 35 right now. That's warmer. I'm just saying. All right. Make a bunch of homemade meatballs and freeze them. So let's say you get a whimsy to make some homemade meatballs. Let's say you gather 50 meatballs from it. So you make 5 bags, let's say with 10 meatballs in it, depending on your family size and what you need. Do the math on your own. But I would do this for me, for my family, for example. I would toss 10 meatballs in a bag to the side. So I would get 5 bags, throw them in the freezer. I also like to do mini meatballs. Those are great for like little, for soup and stuff like that. And the other ones are great when you want to do, let's say, meatball subs, like real fast. You know what I mean? Just toss them in some, you could be heating up some pasta sauce in a jar. Get a jar of pasta sauce that's already on sale. Stock up when you see those. And then you just like kind of like let it simmer in the sauce. Get some wonderful French baguettes or Italian bread or rolls or whatever you put it on. Throw a splash of, but not splash, a bunch of shredded mozzarella on top. You have yourself a sub sandwich, like on the cheap and easily. No reason to fuss or muss. I think sometimes that we give ourselves way too much work and we spend too much money trying to go the extremely convenient route. What could be more convenient than taking down a bunch of pre-made, pre-cooked meatballs that you made that are homemade, and then just like letting it heat up and simmer in some sauce, some yummy sauce, putting that on a crusty roll, if you like, with some shredded mozzarella. Got a little salad, got your whole meal. Very, very easy peasy. All right, everybody. By the way, I really do hope that you enjoyed this video. And of course, as always, I do appreciate everybody's time. But I do have a favor to ask of you if you don't mind. Hang on. Thank you so much for being here. And I really do appreciate everybody's time. Don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe.